Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Regional Rapid Rundown, hosted by the Age-Friendly Network for Northern Ireland, alongside the Age Sector Networks. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Jenny Marshall, and I am Executive Director for Agewell, looking after community programmes, and currently co-chair for the Age-Friendly Network Northern Ireland, alongside my colleague Liam Hemphney from Causeway Coast and Glens Council. So to make you all aware, before we start, we will be recording this session. So if you prefer not to be seen, please turn your camera off. And for those unable to attend, both the recording and the slides will be available from tomorrow by visiting Agewell's website at www.meap.co.uk/rapid rundown. If I can ask everyone to pop their name and organisation into the chat, that would be great, because it will give us a grasp of where everyone is from. And for the duration of the session, we will have everyone on mute, with the exception of those presenting. If anyone has any connection problems, we would suggest that you feel free to leave the Zoom and then rejoin. And anyone wishing to tweet this morning, please use the hashtags #RapidRundown and #AgeFriendly. Our tech team on board this morning are Chrissy Havlin from Agewell, looking after the presentations, as well as Lucy Gibson, who is a marketing placement student from Napier University, and will be looking after everyone as they join the session and managing the chat and timekeeping. We have a bit of a competition this morning for fastest finger first. We have a few ice cream icons hidden among the presentations. So if you see an ice cream hidden, please pop it into the chat straight away with the words ice cream, and you can be in with a chance to win a lovely box of milk tray, which will wing its way off to you. So unfortunately, we don't have time for questions, but the presenters' contact details will all be on screen, and I would encourage you to contact the organisations directly. And as well as that, Lucy will be posting links to each of the organisations' websites into the chat as well. So without further ado, we are going to kickstart our presentations this morning with my co-chair, Liam Hemphney, from Causeway Coast and Glens Council, who is going to tell us about the Age-Friendly Network Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much, Jenny. So the Age-Friendly Network NI consists of representatives from each of the age sector networks and each of the council areas in NI. It has an age-friendly officer who is based in each of the 11 council areas throughout NI. We have representatives from Age NI, the Department of Communities, and the Public Health Agency as well. At local level, Age-Friendly will be developed, Age-Friendly policy and programme will be developed on each of the 8 themes of the Age-Friendly programme as developed by the World Health Organization, which is identified in the first figure on the left-hand side. On the regional level, the Age-Friendly Network NI, in recent months, we have started to develop network priorities to develop age-friendly programming policy at a regional level right across NI. We have undertaken research through network members in the last few months, and as a result of that research, we've identified 4 network priorities, which you'll see on the right-hand figure. The first priority is the resourcing of the age sector networks to ensure sustainability of the networks moving forward. The second priority is transport. The third, communication and information, which will also include age-friendly training and age-friendly campaigning. And the fourth is also for age-friendly design principles, where we would develop a suite of principles which will be used in all sort of capital programme work moving forward to ensure age-friendly is included in each of the sort of large capital goals moving forward. if you want to contact anyone regarding the Age Friendly Network, the contact details are there for Jenny and I. And if you want, feel free to contact us as well if you want to get in contact with any of the Age Friendly contacts in your local area to see what's happening at a local level as well.
Fantastically, and thank you so much. So next up we have Elaine Curry from AGNI to tell us about the age sector networks across Northern Ireland.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, my role within AGNI is to support and strengthen the age sector networks across Northern Ireland. Now, these networks are independent community and voluntary organisations operating across Northern Ireland. So their membership reaches around 1,500 older people, individuals, and also they're connected to a range of different older people's groups as well that they support. They engage very much with individuals, older people's groups, and many different interagency partners. And they do this through WhatsApp groups, Facebook, different events that they hold throughout the year, a texting service, and also an email service. They're older people-led organisations, so they put older people at the heart of what they do, and have around 260 volunteers that are very active and involved in each of the network areas. They have a number of Agewell projects, and they offer a lot of support, such as good morning schemes, befriending schemes, signposting, friendship groups, and I've even seen weddings in my days. So they've very creative projects linking in with linking generations. So a lot of intergenerational projects with young people. Agewell adventures, book buddies, good news, newsletters with lots of vibrant information, coffee and chat days, and they also link in with a range of different partners here today doing fantastic work. The networks access a lot of funding opportunities and share best practice of what they do widely across Northern Ireland, and they do that at quarterly exchange meetings that we hold at AGNI. They support as well the age-friendly work at the council and also at a regional basis with the age-friendly network. So they're always promoting the voices of older people and their needs and feeding into a lot of consultations as well. So their contact details are on AGNI website. You'll find it under the section Get Involved, and you'll also find the age-friendly officers' contact details on that site as well. So you're very welcome to contact the networks at any time, and thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Elaine. That was a great insight into the work of the age sector networks across Northern Ireland. So next up, we have Mandy Wilson from AGNI.
Thanks, Jenny. Good morning, everyone. I am Mandy Wilson, Head of Wellbeing Services in AGNI. I'm just going to give you a quick overview. We have a lot to talk about this morning in 2 minutes. So I'll start off with our advice service. Advice service is regional, supports people who are 50 and over. It's a free phone number. And it's kind of issues such as, housing, finance, community care, health benefit checks. I can give you the number if you want to contact me. My details are in the next slide if you would wish to contact the advice team. We then have a care department, and that covers our residential home, which is in the Western Trust. We have a domiciliary care in the Southeastern Trust. We have a dementia support service in Belfast Trust, and then we have day centres throughout all the trust areas, and everything is RQI regulated. Then wellbeing, that is the services that I would head up. And we have a list of services, Good Vibrations, which is a regional service, and that is for men who are aged 50 and over. And that's really to improve mood and connect and reduce isolation, and just a bit of a mood boost, and getting to know other people and getting back out there again and improving confidence. We then have Move More, Live More, which is a falls prevention program. It again is regional, and that is for anybody who's aged 65 and over who wants to know a bit more about falls or have had a fall. We have different tiers there and different levels of support. We have Living Well Moyle, which is based in Dalriada and aligned to the GP surgeries and all of that area. So anybody who's living with a chronic condition can get that support from that program. Staying Sharp, that is based in the Ballymena area only, and that supports people who are living with a mild cognitive impairment or early stage dementia. And that again is getting people out and about and connected and supported. And also we have bespoke support within that program. We have Connect North Link workers, and they're responsible for health and wellbeing throughout the trust areas, and also would be involved in groups in such things such as capacity building, funding, and activity promotion. We have First Connect. First Connect is in Belfast and northern areas, and that will support anybody coming through really any sort of transitional change. We've carers programs in Belfast, and we have emotional support programs Northern Belfast Trust. We also have a policy department, we have shops, and we have independent living products. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mandy. That was a brilliant range of services available from AGNI. And we're on to our next speaker now, who is Margaret McCloskey from the Money and Pension Service.
Thank you, Jenny. So Money Helper is a government website and is uniquely placed to empower people of their choices and improve their financial well-being. Money Helper offers free, impartial money and pension guidance that cuts through financial jargon and complexity to help build knowledge, understanding and confidence, and hopefully reduce anxiety in all types of money matters. And would also help service users to take greater care when making financial decisions. You can talk to us live. So if you look at this home screen here we have here on the right hand side, halfway down, you can see here talk to us live, and I'll show you in the next slide how you can communicate in different channels. But I just want to bring you forward now to the blue header at the top of the screen, and this is 8 core money topics. So, we're talking here, the everyday blocks of everyday money, but also, the life events that we go through, the positive and the negative life events. And really what it's all about is actually starting to build that knowledge and understanding of a specific topic up. So if I bring you in, to the family and care topic, that breaks down into a whole series of subtopics. And again, then it'll break down further again into articles. So for example, within the subtopics, there's, long-term care, there's illness and disability, there's family bereavement, and there's also divorce and separation. And there's so much articles within that to help people to make the right financial decisions. If I bring you over to the pensions and retirement side, there's everything in that there in terms of state pension, taking your pension pot and being able to talk to our pension colleagues. And around 850,000 each year, pensioners are missing so much money in pension credits. So I would urge people to actually go in there to actually even look at that particular topic. If I can go on now to the next slide, this is perhaps where you actually will contact us in terms of talking to us live. So you can see here it breaks down to pension guidance and money guidance. And then there's the various telephone numbers to support people that would like to do that. I'll also put my email address onto the chat if anybody wants to contact me direct in terms of organisations that would like to work with us. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Margaret. Really, really helpful. I think that's something everybody can take away, no matter whether you're from a statutory organisation or a community organisation. Fantastic. Thank you. So next up, we have Vicky Titterington from Linking Generations Northern Ireland.
Hi everybody, really good to be here. I'm Vicky from Linking Generations Northern Ireland. So we are an intergenerational organisation. We work right across Northern Ireland, and our vision is that Northern Ireland will be a place where all generations are respected, understood, connected and engaged together in their communities. And for us, that is what a truly age-friendly Northern Ireland looks like. So we really advocate for adding value with an intergenerational approach. So over to the next slide. So as I said, we have our key role is our infrastructure across Northern Ireland, and we want to build the capacity of people to develop their own people-led intergenerational practice. And that's about connecting, inspiring and supporting people interested in intergenerational practice. So anybody can sign up to our network. We have the likes of older people, teachers, community development workers. And the network is a newsletter, and you can get lots of information. You can access intergenerational training. We send out regular ideas and resources. We have a free advice and support service. You can contact a staff member who is relevant for your area, and we can help you with partnership activities and projects. And this year we're really delighted. We had so many older people's organisations that accessed all ages April grants. We also have grants at Christmas. And we provide a voice for IG. We sit on all of the age-friendly alliances, and we sit on the loneliness networks. We go to education subgroupings, and we also attend the care home echo groupings, all the inspire people who work in those areas to take on intergenerational approaches. And we run a big global intergenerational week campaign. So intergenerational work that we deliver is really about everybody. So we'd urge you to sign up to the network. And really, it's all about untapping the resources that exist between generations and adding value to work that's already happening. So if you're interested, please do sign up to the network and check out our website, which is full of information and resources.
In record time, okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. And that gives me a quick chance to shout out that I think we have Stephen, who was fastest finger first with our first ice cream. So Stephen, if you're about there, give us a wave. It's just coming up as Stephen on your name on your screen. So Lucy will pop you across a wee private message to get your contact details to pop out to your lovely box of chocolates. So thank you so much, and well done. There's still one more up for grabs, folks. So next up we have Lindsay Armstrong from Volunteer Now.
Good morning, everyone. Lovely to be here. As Jenny just said, I'm Lindsay Armstrong from Volunteer Now. Think of Volunteer Now as your one-stop shop for volunteering. If you are an organisation who are looking to recruit volunteers, or you are an older person who's looking to connect and to get involved in volunteering, then we can help you out, and certainly go to our website and our details will be there. Also our local volunteer support officer, Wenda Gray, who's on the call this morning as well, will be here, and I'll get Wenda to pop her details into the chat box. You can talk to her directly. She looks after Mid and East Antrim and Antrim and Newton Abbey direction. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our community projects today, because that is specifically around services for older people. And this is really for Belfast Trust area. We run a number of volunteer-led support for very vulnerable older people who are referred into our services through the likes of social workers or GPs, and we provide volunteers for befriending, and that can either be face-to-face or it can be via telephone. We also provide volunteer drivers for older people who are vulnerable. They maybe have mobility problems and they would struggle to take public transport to get to a medical appointment. So volunteer drivers will use their own car and take people to and from those appointments, but also be there to be a reassuring hand for people to make sure that they know where they're going and take time to get to know that person during that trip. We also provide shopping support for very vulnerable older people as well, who again would struggle to buy those basic supplies for themselves. So we link those people who are referred on with a volunteer who will help to do that, but also help to keep in touch with that person and maybe then report back to us if there's anything that they're maybe concerned about, and then we can link in with social workers as well if needs be. So those are some of the services that we provide for those really very vulnerable older people. But part of what we do is really around encouraging and supporting older people to get involved in volunteering when they can, and to stay connected. So we run a number of forums for older people, the West Belfast 50+ Forum and the Greater Shankill Senior Citizens Forum. We also do lots of health and wellbeing activities for older people. So during the year, you'll see things like a men's health day, a women's health day. We do line dancing, we do lots of newsletters, we do volunteering challenges where we try to get people involved. Here's our contact details. As I've said, please do get in touch. But our local, your local sort of volunteer support officer for Mid and East Antrim and Newton Abbey would be Wenda Gray. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And again, something that's so important to all organisations is volunteers. And we've seen after COVID how that has been possibly a bit more difficult, but things are definitely coming back. And it's lovely to have the great support of Volunteer Now on a regional basis. So thank you. Up next, we have David Brew from AbilityNet.
Hi there, I'm David. I'm a volunteer with a charity called AbilityNet. Technology has transformed the lives of everyone, but not everyone has benefited equally. We have seen great advances in helping disabled people communicate, particularly visually impaired people, individuals that have strokes or people that suffer paralysis. It's possible now to enable many of these individuals to live and work. When the internet and World Wide Web was embraced by industry and commerce and government, it created what became known as a digital divide. As these organizations sought to achieve efficiency or greater profit, they gradually closed down many of the facilities that older people relied on, not just for going to the post office to collect their pension, or borrowing a book from the library, or having a chat with a cashier in the bank. That's no longer there. All of these things were slid away to the web, and this left a lot of people isolated, and not just isolated, but disenfranchised from communities that they previously were engaged in. And this for us, this particularly was emphasized during COVID, when we had to try to support older people isolated in rural communities. So what we do is we provide support to those individuals by visiting them in their homes, by talking to them on the telephone, or if appropriate, we can connect to their computers remotely and assist with all sorts of problems that all of us encounter.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, David. That was so interesting. I think, again, something everyone can take away. And we've seen a massive increase in, as you say, services that have went online. So it is making it much more difficult for people. So thank you so much. Next up on our list today, we have Paula Meenan from Deafblind NI.
Thanks, Jenny. Hi, everyone. We support anybody with any level of sight and hearing loss combined. This is, for example, someone maybe who is wearing glasses and is hard of hearing, right the way through to the other end of the deafblind spectrum, where it could be somebody who has glaucoma and is wearing hearing aids. Our services are all free, and our services are membership led. Members will pick and choose what services they want to receive from us. I am one of 3 outreach officers who works for Deafblind NI, and we are part of the national charity Deafblind UK. We also have introduced services for carers of the deafblind individual, and people can get in touch with our helpline by Monday to Thursday 9 to 5 and on a Friday 9 to 4 by contacting it. There's a free phone number 0800 132 320, and that's for a member. It could be for a family member, it could be for a carer, it could be for a professional. They can provide helpful information, advice, support, practical guidance. There is, from the census 2011, 11,000 people identified themselves as being deafblind in Northern Ireland. So we want to reach out to as many organisations, as many groups as possible, to let them know about our services, but also to help those members or people who maybe are struggling with both their sight and hearing loss, to let them know there are services here for them and encourage them to sign up to get the support that they need. We also have our a dedicated Facebook page in Northern Ireland, and I can put it into the chat. It's at db.northernireland, and we would put lots of information up onto our Facebook page. We also have what we would call our National Deafblind Awareness Week, and this will take place on the last week of June, from the 26th of June to the 2nd of July. There will be lots of stuff happening through our social media channels, so please share, retweet, like.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Paula. And that's something certainly I didn't know about the National Awareness Week. So thank you so much. Wonderful work. So next up on our list today, we have Gary Gates from Arts Care.
Thanks, Jenny. It's great to be here. My name's Gary and I work as the communications manager at Arts Care. At Arts Care, we help people overcome personal barriers so they can have an improved quality of life. We do this by using the arts to realign focus and teach new skills and improve feelings of self-worth and overall well-being. We actually help around 20,000 people each year, believe it or not, and we work with all the trusts. We're funded by the PHA. Each trust, our Clown Doctors program is funded by Children in Need and the PHA. Our organisation, I think, is well placed to address the current mental health and wellbeing crisis and to find solutions that's beyond the traditional and the medical model. So let's talk about these stats. This is the Artist in Residence program alone. So last year, I got the stats for what we've done for old people. So there's 4,500 service users, 530 sessions, that's workshops, that's 66 locations across the country. And we had 1,677 positive compliments, and that is music, printmaking, clay, yoga, dancing, mosaics, singing, visual arts. The list goes on. But we also have the Here and Now Older People's Art and Wellbeing Festival, which we do, which would add an additional 275 older people across 24 other projects. And that is funded by the PHA, and basically that's all the way through all the kind of settings like trusts and care homes, etc. So yeah, what we're looking to do now is to get into more community settings. We've been really focusing mostly on over the last 30 years on just working with the trusts. We're breaking away from that to be more preventative. So we're going out into the corporate sectors, and trying to create some strategic partnerships with other charities such as yourselves, to try and get our art-based kind of therapies and sessions out there. My contact details are there if you'd like to get in touch, and everyone else has been wonderful, so I'm looking forward to the rest. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Gary. And again, lots of organisations will be taking that information away, and hopefully some phone calls coming your way. Thank you. So next up on our presentation list, we have Colin Scott.
Hi there. Thanks, Jenny. So yeah, I'm Colin from Hourglass. We are the only UK-wide charity dedicated to calling time on the harm, abuse and exploitation of older people. And by older people, we define that as 60 plus. We've been around for 30 years, but we were formerly known as Action on Elder Abuse until around 3 years ago. And we support older people at risk of or experiencing harm. And also we support a lot of people who are concerned about such older people. So our main service offering, our kind of primary sort of frontline service, is our 24/7 helpline, which is free to call from a UK landline or mobile. And it's a confidential helpline, and the phone number will not show up on the caller's phone bill, which can be reassuring to someone who might be living with a perpetrator of abuse and doesn't want them to find out that they've called us for support. Now, as well as our helpline as a phone service, we also have an online messaging service. We have a text service, and our own website has lots of information and resources on there. And we have an online knowledge bank as well, which is a virtual library of lots of different information about not just about harm and abuse of older people specifically and the things that we can offer, but also about other services out there, about legislation relating to older people and staying safe. Lots of information and guidance on there. But what we can offer as well in some parts of the UK, and for example in Northern Ireland, we have our community response service, which is on the next slide, and explains that we can deliver one-to-one casework, and we can do that across Northern Ireland, and that will allow a trained caseworker to support an older victim or an individual who's at risk, so that they can access appropriate services, connect with local groups, provide advocacy, help build resilience, and enable safer ageing.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Colin, and wonderful to know that that service is available in Northern Ireland for older people. Thank you. So next up, we have Megan Dornan from Go On NI.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Megan and I'm from Go On NI, which is a digital inclusion team run by the Department of Finance. Go On NI helps people get online for the first time, or if you're already online, we can help you develop your digital skills. A lot of you will be aware of how the world is changing and how more and more services are moving online, particularly government services. So you can now look up emergency department average wait times, look up benefit information, book, change or cancel your MOT or driving test appointment, pay your rates online, report potholes, other surface defects, and much more. So these are all now online. With that, we aim to reach right across Northern Ireland to help members of the public get the skills that they need to use these services safely and to ensure that no one is left behind as the world becomes more digitally inclusive. So there are a lot of benefits to being online, as you will see on the screen here, and one of the primary benefits is increased flexibility and convenience. However, there are a lot of barriers to getting online as well. A lot of people don't have the skills, knowledge, confidence, or equipment to go online. And can we just move on to the next slide? So that's where Go On NI can help. So we work in partnership with Libraries NI, supporting communities and business in the community to offer free courses to individuals and community groups. Our courses can help you with the introduction to digital technology and will give you the confidence to access the internet and to enjoy all the benefits that come with it. So our courses are delivered and designed for your needs and are delivered face-to-face in a library or in a community hall or remotely over Zoom. This suits some groups or housebound people. Unfortunately, we do not actually visit people in their home, but if this is something that someone needs or if they really want, we have information on other partner organisations that provide this service. Our contact details have been listed on the screen here, along with other useful contacts. You can contact your local library directly about courses for individuals, or if you're interested in group courses, you can contact ourselves. And just to add again, the courses and any advice or support is completely free, so please do not hesitate to contact us for further information or for any requests. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Megan. And again, I'm sure there'll be lots of organisations from today getting in touch, particularly from the community and voluntary sector. Thank you. So next up, we have Jane McStay from Rosie's Trust.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yes, as you mentioned, my name is Jane and I'm the Operations Manager for Rosie's Trust. Rosie's Trust is the only charity in Northern Ireland dedicated to keeping people and pets together. The three main groups we support are terminally ill, people undergoing cancer treatment, or older people with a disability, primarily a mobility issue. And our aim is so they can hold on to the companion pets when they need them most. The stress and anxiety involved when you can no longer offer the care to your pet that you wish to is extreme. So that's where Rosie's Trust steps in. The service we offer, we primarily care for animal or cats and dogs. So we do dog walking, we help with vet visits and grooming visits. We offer fostering, short-term fostering if an older person has to go in the hospital. And we also offer rehoming, peace of mind, when sadly that older person maybe has to go to a nursing home or sadly passes away. We take referrals from all the health professionals, social workers, and also agencies and organisations like yourselves. And the more people hear about us, we're taking personal referrals. We do an assessment with the person to see what service what support they need, and then we go out and we assess the animal, the cat or the dog. We have teams of volunteers right across the four health trusts. So we're in the Southern Trust, Northern Trust, Belfast Trust and South Eastern. We're supporting 48 beneficiaries across Northern Ireland at the minute with the help of 150 amazing volunteers. Our volunteers visit on a daily basis and we build teams to support for if it's dog walking or vet visit. So if anybody knows anyone in their community, please, these are my contact details. You can get in touch with us. We'd be really willing to connect with these organisations too, because we're rolling out, we'd like more people to hear about us. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Jane. And I can see the comments coming flying in now, because your lovely little Westie there in the picture has miraculously had an ice cream now in the hot weather. So thank you so much. I think our fastest finger first was definitely Lynn McFarland. So well done, Lynn. There's a lovely box of chocolates winging its way to you. So thank you so much. Next up, folks, we have Maeve from Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke.
Hello, everybody. So at Chest, Heart and Stroke, we support people living with chest, heart and stroke conditions. So our family support service is offering support that is individually tailored to client needs, and we achieve this by doing home visits. So for example, if someone has had a stroke, we can offer a physio-led exercise program called PrEP that runs for 6 weeks. We do an education session after each exercise, and we talk about emotions after stroke, healthy eating, how to prevent risk of further stroke. We also have walking groups for cardiac and respiratory clients all throughout Northern Ireland. We have support groups or wellness sessions, so connecting people who are living with the condition and meeting others who are in the same boat, so that peer support. And that runs fortnightly, all over as well throughout Northern Ireland. And we have a different theme each week. We have self-management program, so teaching people how to read food labels correctly, how to monitor their exercise so they're not overexerting themselves and being left feeling exhausted, how to improve sleep. And we also have cardiac education program that runs for 6 weeks, specific for people with a heart condition. We have return to work program. So if someone seeks advice on how to return to work, who are the important contacts, if it's labour relations, knowing your rights, if it's USIL, how to CV write, how to prepare for an interview. We have CARES education program as well for carers who have loved ones living with a condition, with health professionals joining each week, and that's a drop in 6 weeks. And we also have advice space, so fast track referral process for people who seek requests for benefits or appeals process. But all our information is on our website, so thank you.
Maeve, thank you so much. It's great to hear the work of Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke, an organisation that's been around for a very long time, and fantastic to get that kind of update on the work that's going on. So next up, folks, we have Lisa Sherman from the PSNI, and she is going to give us an update on the Herbert Protocol.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Sherman, and I'm a crime prevention officer with the police service. I'm going to talk a wee bit about the Herbert Protocol. It's given us a great opportunity to raise awareness, obviously, with all the community groups across Northern Ireland. So what is it? The Herbert Protocol enables police to work quicker to find those with dementia who went missing. So it's actually a public document, or potentially a form, that can be populated with vital information such as recent photographs, contact details, required medication, significant locations relating to the individual that they might potentially go to. This can be provided to officers and used to save vital time in a missing person investigation. Now, this particular form is available, as you can see on the screen, to download from the PSNI website. As we know, every minute is crucial in tracing missing people with complex vulnerabilities, including dementia. And we know from investigating missing person reports that if someone you love goes missing, it's an incredibly stressful and challenging time for the family. But having this particular form in place can mean that you're always in the right headspace to be able to provide answers to questions that police will ask for us to act as quickly as possible. Now, we're thankful to our ongoing partnership working with Dementia NI the Health and Social Care Trust and the local policing community safety partnership. And moving forward, we'll be armed with the information we need to find a missing person with dementia quicker. So we're encouraging families and carers in the local areas to use this form so that it can be provided to police if needed. This scheme has already provided many with the peace of mind, knowing that they are prepared should they need to report a loved one missing. For relatives, for example, in a care home, staff there should be contacted initially by a family member to discuss filling out the form so it can be included in the individual's care plan. And for people living at home, the paperwork can be downloaded from the PSNI website and should be stored within the home, and families can fill out the forms for vulnerable relatives who are potentially at risk of going missing. We just move to the next slide. This initiative was launched in Armagh, Banbridge and Craigavon in October 21 and regionally across Northern Ireland in 22. What I would say is we're now working with many people to know about this vital scheme as possible. Our officers on the ground are promoting it with the Department of Health, and they will be working with their dementia navigators and further through the healthcare system in order to promote and raise the awareness to all those people who are living with dementia and their carers. Many thanks.
Fantastic, Lisa. Thank you so much. And such an interesting and simple mechanism to ensure that loved ones are safe. Thank you. So next up, folks, we have Pauline Herbison from the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents, also known as ROSPA.
Good morning. Yes, my name is Pauline Herbison and I work for ROSPA. We deal with a range of issues that cause injuries and death, but today I am concentrating on falls. ROSPA is acutely aware that falls are the single biggest cause of accidental injuries in the home, and sadly they are the largest cause of accidental death among over 65s in the UK. Our Fall Fighter campaign has been devised with that in mind. It has been rolled out throughout the UK and focuses on falls prevention. Our message is simply that falls do not have to happen. We make our online awareness sessions available to all. They are free to attend and equip people with knowledge so that they can share falls prevention messages. The subject matter covers the cause of falls, who's most at risk, and how to prevent falls. The importance of strength and balance activities is emphasised, and the sessions also cover simple checks around the home. The campaign gives people access to useful information, support and skills to help themselves and others in their family or community, which can make a life-saving difference. As well as our Fall Fighter campaign, ROSPA also has a range of resources for the public and professionals on our Falls Prevention web hub. Could I see the next slide, please? It provides the web address for our Falls Hub, and the second link is for our Fall Fighter sessions. There's two routes to become a Fall Fighter. The first route is attendance at a short individual e-learning course. The second route is for people from organisations like yourselves. So they can download a short self-led workshop to run with others. Our website also contains information on other ways we are tackling falls, like our Safer Stairs campaign and our Falls Charity appeal, and that supports the delivery of strength and balance programs throughout the country. Finally, I have included my email address if you wish to obtain further information. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pauline. And that was great. And definitely, I know for our organisation here at Agewell, that's something that we'll definitely be looking into. Thank you so much. Next up, everyone, we have Karen Woods presenting for Libraries NI.
Hi folks, my name is Karen Woods. I work for Libraries NI and I'm here to give you a bit of a rundown on your local library service. So obviously Libraries NI covers the whole of Northern Ireland. We have 98 libraries across the province in urban and rural areas, and we've got full-time and part-time libraries, and we also have out-of-hours facilities in some of our libraries as well. As well as our actual in situ libraries, we've got mobiles which serve the communities, and we also have home call vans which will visit people in their own homes who are unable to actually make visits to the libraries themselves. We have a lot to offer. As you can see, the list is very long. Obviously, books, a wide variety of choice available, including audiobooks and large print. So that's the first thing you think of, obviously, when you think of your library, but there's a lot more as well as that. We have reading groups. All of our libraries will have a reading group available for anyone who is interested in joining. Some have more than one. Some have specific genres. We've got crime groups, we've got romance groups, with classic groups. We also have VIP groups for people who are visually impaired in some of our branches. We've got lots of community events happening regularly. Each library will have a knit and natter session where people are very welcome to come and bring their crafts and sit, have a chat, have a cup of tea. So most libraries will hold at least one of those a week in their branches. We also have tea and newspapers again, an opportunity for people to come together in a safe space, have a chat, read the papers, have a cup of tea. And mindful colouring as well, which would be a well-being activity of ours where people can come in and spend some time using the facilities, colouring in things that are supplied by the library. We, as well as our in-branch activities, we've got ebooks, e-magazines and e-newspapers, which is a huge amount of stuff that's going on in there online. We've got IT help and support with storytelling sessions. As mentioned before, we've got our Go On training for anyone who is interested, so contact your local library for that. We've got internet and free Wi-Fi, printing, photocopying, scanning, help and support, and even events for your children and your grandchildren. So there is a plethora of stuff going on there, and you would be all very welcome to join your local library. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Karen. And again, I don't know how you get that all squeezed into 2 minutes. There's so much going on in local libraries. Thank you so much. So next up, we have Valerie Guthrie from the Alzheimer Society.
Morning, everyone. Just a quick snapshot of what we do. So I'm Valerie Guthrie, the Dementia Advisor for the Antrim Ballymena area. We have dementia advisors all over Northern Ireland. So we provide face-to-face and telephone support and provide information. So we will signpost as well to different things like the Herbert Protocol and different things we will signpost people to and provide information on dementia. We do the information programs, those are virtually, and they're 4 times a year. So we usually send out those that information to all the organisations we partner with and to all our carers and people with dementia. And we'll have speakers like the consultant at Benefits. We've had Libraries NI, we've had loads of different speakers. We do awareness raising events and activities. We do awareness raising talks. We have our dementia support line, which is open. I think it's actually on the next slide. So it's open late, 3 late nights and weekends. So it's open 7 days a week. Talking Point is another resource that we have online where people can talk to other carers and other people with dementia. We have the website, there's loads of information. We have Singing for the Brain. So there's a virtual group and then there's 2 face-to-face groups. And they're fantastic where the person with dementia and the care can pop on or go along face-to-face and meet other people and have a good old sing-along. We have advocates, that's Area Pacific. We have care information programs. So they're called CRISP. Area Pacific as well, they're mostly southeastern area, I think. And then we have the support groups, which are virtual and face-to-face. So again, there's some of them are Area Pacific. And on the next slide then, we have, yes, so that's the details there. Just get the generic details. And then when you go on there, you can get the Area Pacific ones then. So that's the dementia support line. Which I say is open 3 late nights, a Saturday and a Sunday. We have the web address there and we have the support line telephone number. And please do, if anybody needs to get in contact with us, go on there and you'll find out which area we cover. And say we cover the whole of Northern Ireland. Thank you.
Well done, Valerie. Thank you so much. And so interesting to hear about actually the late evenings there and the telephone support. That's fantastic and something I didn't actually know about Alzheimer Society. So thank you. Next up, folks, we have Nisha Byrne from Radius Housing.
Morning, everyone. My name's Nisha McLaughlin there from Radius Housing. So Radius Housing has around 13,000 homes across Northern Ireland and around 80 towns. But our floating support service specifically is in the Northern Trust area. We've recently expanded to Newcastle as well, which I think is the Southern Trust as well. But I just started off with our criteria. So it would be 55 and over. For someone to apply, they would have to be living alone or with someone elderly or disabled and living in the Northern Trust area or Newcastle. And but some exemptions may apply as well with our criteria. Go to the next slide there. And then what we do, I would be here all day talking about what we do, but that's just sort of a snapshot. But we do home visits every 3 weeks, benefit checks. Our main role is to support service users to live independently. And this can be for a maximum of up to 2 years. And we would also organise social events, coffee, mornings, lunch clubs, bus outings. It would also refer on to the Council, Housing Executive, Social Services, and the Northern Ireland Fire and Rescue Service as well as OT referrals too. Anybody can really refer social workers, housing executive, or any of yourselves. And then that's the referral details at the bottom there. We can also take self-referrals as well. So if anybody wants a referral form, just email the email address there below on contact numbers.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Nisha, and done with fantastic timing. Brilliant. So next up, everyone, and our final presentation for this morning is Ronan Convery from the Consumer Council for Northern Ireland.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Jenny, for this opportunity. I think it's really great to hear what other organisations do. The Consumer Council was established 40 years ago, and we take complaints in water, transport, energy and post. So if you're any of your service users that have a complaint in this area and not getting anywhere, we can investigate it free of charge. And if you just want to click 4 times, we'll just go into it. Thank you very much. Now I work for the Consumer Council for 14 years, and in my role in our outreach and engagement, so as part of that is design, resource and content. But also if any of you would like a presentation for your service users, please let me know, and I can tailor a presentation. And I see a number of organisations whom I work with and have worked with in the past. Through our complaints functions, we returned £1.5 million to consumers in the past 5 years. Private car parking is also a complaint that we regularly get, about £500,000. So on our website, there's information about how consumers can empower themselves about getting the private car parking rescinded. It's just going to go on to the next slide, please. On our website, we have information about energy as well, and energy is the big issue that consumers are facing, along with information about grant availability and energy efficiency. So this is our free phone number. Also, however, you can contact me if you want to talk about anything. And thanks again for this opportunity, Jenny. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ronan. And again, great to hear the work of the Consumer Council and the work that they do, and particularly the avenue of support for older people in Northern Ireland. Folks, that is us for our rapid rundown, and might I say, absolutely bang on time, with 2 minutes for me to ramble a bit about some feedback. So yeah, please, if you don't mind, we would like to ask that you take the time to pop your thoughts on the session into the chat function and tell us one thing that you've learned today, or about an organisation that maybe you didn't know anything about before. I'd like to take this final opportunity to thank you all for your contributions today and participation, and we hope that the event has been beneficial. A very special thanks to our tech team, to Chrissy and Lucy, as well as my co-chair Liam Himphney and Elaine Curry on behalf of the Age Sector Networks from AGNI for the planning of this event. Please feel free to follow up with some of the organisations today and get in touch, and we hope there's lots of collaborations and work that comes out of this event. So thank you so much, and goodbye for now.
Thanks, Jenny. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.